Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing 7 fall farmhouse Dollar Tree DIYs. Let's get started on project number 1. I have 3 of the Dollar Tree pumpkins here, and I'm going to be painting all of them white but leaving all the sections here bare. Now I've drawn this off here to go with how a pumpkin would look. I'm going to paint the stems black. Now I'll probably cover these up, but just in case I don't, I want it to look nice and neat here. Let's get this finished up. And then I'm also going to paint the sides of the stem. I did already paint the sides of the pumpkin white. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm taking my deep taupe and I'm drawing my lines in here. I got my brush a little wet. Then I'm going to take a damp piece of paper towel and just kind of rub it in. There we go. And I'm going to do that all around the pumpkin. I kind of want to have a little bit of definition here. We'll go around the sides over here. Okay. So I'm really liking how this is outlining it. And I didn't want to use black, but this deep taupe is a really nice gray color. Add some more over here. Okay, and get the edges. All right. Now let's finish over here on this side. And I'm also going to put a little bit on the pumpkin stem here and draw us a few lines. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get some scrapbooking paper on here. I printed off some of this houndstooth pattern, and I already have everything cut out. I'm just going to Mod Podge them on. Just going to get lots of Mod Podge here on the wood. Okay, let's go ahead and put this piece on, line it up. Got it off just a little bit. Okay, and smooth it out. All right, so I'm going to continue with the rest of the sections. So I got the middle one done, and now I'm going to finish up on the left side. Just want to make sure I got lots of Mod Podge on here. Okay, and press it down. Here we go. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the other two that I did step by step, but here's how the other two look. I did a buffalo check and I did a stripe. And I'm going to attach these all together, but not flat. Show you close-ups here. All right, I'm going to have the striped one in the front and leave it just like this. Okay. So my idea is to take a scrap piece of a 2x4, and I'm going to glue it with some wood glue to the back of this middle one, where it's like so it can stand up. Then I'm going to take this one here and this one here and glue it like that. So I have to do just the first one in the front first, whoops, and then after that dries, I'll do the others. Yeah, because see, if you do it, I'm going to show you this way. And then you have this little space in between here if you want to add a little bit of fall foliage. And I like how it just, will stand up. All right, so I'm going to get that all glued, and then we will get to decorating the pumpkins. Now that everything has dried for a few days, I painted the bottom with the black and the rest of it white. And now I'm just going to decorate the stems of the pumpkins. Okay, I have some of my black raffia that I've tied into a knot, and I'm just going to hot glue one on each of the stems. I got 3 of them here, like so. And then I will be cutting them off shorter. Then I have some of this buffalo check ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree a few years ago. I'm going to make some little bows with that. Let's go ahead and hot glue on the raffia first. I'm going to just crinkle it up a little bit. Glue this one down. And the last one. Okay. So now let's cut these off shorter. There we go. Kind of crunch it up just a little bit more, trim it up. Do the same with the other 2. And we'll get this last one done. And I'm going to scrunch it up a little bit. Now I'm going to make some bows. So I need to make 3 bows. Just going to hand tie them. Not the best bow maker, but I can tie a little bow. Just going to fluff it out a little bit here. Okay. Going to hot glue it on. And then I got the other 2 made. Get them glued on. And get the last one on. Okay, now I got to trim them up. Just going to do a sideways cut on them. All right, make sure they're pressed on there good too. Okay. And I want to put some buttons here. So I found some of my white vintage buttons and glued them in the middle of the bows. I think this looks so cute. Now let's do project number 2. So this isn't really a Dollar Tree one, but you could use any kind of a board, like those canvases that you get at the Dollar Tree. I'm just using a scrap piece of, let's see, it was from the shelving unit in my closet. And I'm taking this buffalo check print, I tape them together to make it big enough because when you print these off, you just don't have a big enough sheet. And I'm going to Mod Podge it on here. And then I printed out that little Farm Fresh pumpkins off of the Creative Fabric. I actually did all the buffalo check print on there too. So I'm just going to get lots of Mod Podge on here. Probably going to have to put a little bit more on here. All right, I got it all Mod Podged up, and I'm going to line up my paper. Okay. Just kind of feeling where the sides are. I didn't want to cut it too short, so I'm going to smooth it out. There we go. And you can see that I need to cut the excess off. Let's do that with my X-Acto knife here. Okay, now that is all done. So this is the Farm Fresh pumpkin sign that I printed off, and it fits pretty good here. Unfortunately, I don't have the perfect shape, but this was a scrap piece that I was using. So I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on the back of this. And then I'll line it up on the board. Okay, smooth it out. And you could leave it just like this. You know, this is perfectly fine just to make your signs like this, but I'm just going to add a few more details. Got to get these corners down. You know, when you put the Mod Podge on, sometimes it starts drying really quickly and my corners don't stick. So just going to go along the line here, smooth it down. Okay. I think I have enough on here. Got a little wrinkle right there. Smooth it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to take some black ribbon, and I did paint the sides black, and I'm just going to put it along the edge here just to give it, you know, a nice lining. I wasn't going to try to hand paint anything, but I can use the ribbon. And I'm going to hot glue it down, but I'm just going to tack it at the corners only. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this corner here. A little bit more. Didn't come out. I'm not wanting to come out. And I'm just going to press it down. Okay. Make sure this is straight. I'm going to pull it tight. And then just going to tack it at the corner. Okay, I'm going to cut it off. And we're going to do the next line. I figured if I tried to hot glue it down the side, it would get crooked. This way it doesn't get crooked, you just pull it tight enough, and it looks nice and straight. And we'll do this side. Same process. Tack it down, and cut it off. All right, I got one more piece to do. And again, I could leave it just like this, but I'm going to do one more thing to it. Let's get this finished off. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I have these upholstery tacks here that I painted. They look like this, and I painted it with my sterling silver paint, and I think it looks cute. And I cut them off. Had to cut the sticky part off. I'm just going to hot glue them on in the very corners. Kind of hides up, you know, all the little mess ups I made there with that ribbon. So, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a galvanized look. So it looks like you have nail heads in there. Let's go ahead and get the other two done. All right, and the last one. All right, so here's how this one turned out. I really love this. Very easy to do. All right, project number 3. Now, this is not from Dollar Tree. I got this at Walmart. I think it's like $4.47 for this wood pumpkin banner. And I thought it was really cute to do. I'm sure there might be something kind of like it that you could do from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these off because I got to paint them. And I will be putting the jute back on. Go ahead and get everything pulled off. I think these came in a color too. I can't remember. They had 2 different ones. All right, so I'm going to paint the small ones white and the big ones black. But I'm only painting the outer sides because I'm going to put some scrapbook paper in the middle. So I'm going to make sure I have all the outer edges painted. And I'm even painting the stem with the black. And I will paint the back side too. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more of this painted. So I'll get all three of these painted with the black, and then the short ones, the short fat ones, are going to be all white. All right, so here are the ones that are going to be white. Just going to use my white paint. Doing the same thing, because we're going to be putting the scrapbook paper in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the stem white. I might paint it orange, I'm not sure. I'm going to paint it white for right now. All right, let me get all these finished up, and then we'll start putting the paper on. So here are the black ones. And I printed out in a smaller size 3 different patterns. And I did it this with the orange too. I thought this was a pretty orange. I didn't want a bright orange, I wanted more of a muted orange. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the black ones. I'm just going to Mod Podge them on. So what I like to do is just line it up on here and then press around like so. So I have my shape, and then I just cut it out. Cut this out real quick. Okay. And I'm just going to Mod Podge it on. I'm going to press it down, make sure it's lined up, and then press it down and smooth it out. Then I'm going to do the other two, and I'm going to do one more step to this once these are dry. And I also need to pop the holes at the end. Okay, so here's all 3 of them. And what I'm doing is just taking my white paint with a really thin brush, and I'm just making little stitch marks, and I'm going to go around the outer edges here only. I just felt like they needed something else. They were just kind of too plain, just being all black. I'm going to do this just really quick. All right, and I'm going to get the other side done. I think this also helps it look a little more farmhouse-ish, because I'm not really using too many farmhouse patterns here on the black ones. All right, so here's how it looks, and I'm going to finish the other 2. Then I'm going to get started on the white pumpkins. All right, let's go ahead and get the pumpkins done. Here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut it out. I just think this is a really easy way to do this, to figure out your pattern. Get a bunch of Mod Podge on here. Line it up and press it down, smooth out. So I'm going to finish up the other 3. Then I want to do something, I need something else here. So I really want to spell something out, and with 7 it's hard to do. Now I have these stickers here from the Dollar Tree I've had for many years, never used it, but I need to paint the insides. I don't want them white, so I need them black. And actually I'm going to use this dark goldenrod that I put on the stems, you might have noticed, because it does actually tie in with that. So I couldn't really spell fall, couldn't spell autumn. I have 7. So I thought I'd put hello on here. So then I have 1 pumpkin on each side that doesn't have anything, and then I got hello in the middle. And I thought it would be like hello pumpkins, you know? That would be kind of cute. So I did paint an H and an L and an O in the black, and I'm leaving this like this right now because I'm not sure if I want it black. Really not sure if I want to keep it black. So I'm going to kind of look at it and see if I want to do that. Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to paint them black. I'm not really liking it. So let me paint them black, and then we will get this all put together, and of course I still got to pop out those holes. Okay, so I like it black better. So I've gone ahead and put the jute back in, and I made 4 little tiny bows out of that Dollar Tree ribbon. I cut it in half so I could make small bows, and then I just took some jute and made 3 bows to go on the black ones. I didn't have a good orange. I wanted to put orange on there, but I didn't have a muted orange. I had all bright orange. So it's just hot glue here, and I'm gluing this above the jute area because I need to adjust these. I'm going to put these on the top of my hutch in the dining room and get it all spread out. But right now I just want to get all these little bows done. I think this looks so cute. And get the last one on. All right, so that's it for this one. Let's go on to project number 4. So here's another one of the Dollar Tree pumpkins, the bigger ones, and I'm taking one of the smaller ones, and I've done this before with my Halloween ones, and I'm just going to be Mod Podging on this houndstooth pattern on each of the sides. So this is going to blend in with the 3 that I made because I'm using the same 3 pattern papers here, but just all on one pumpkin. So this is a really super quick, easy project. And I just painted it exactly the same way as I did. And I'm going to do the buffalo check in the middle and the stripes on the side. Let's go ahead and get these Mod Podged on. And then I need to glue the pumpkin together, and then I can decorate it. All right, so everything is on here, and I'm just going to use my E6000 and glue this on. Now that it's all dry, it's time to decorate. I'm going to take some of the black raffia, and here's a few picks that I got from the Dollar Tree. I have my black and white striped ribbon. I made a bow. First thing I'm going to do is put some of the raffia on. Just going to hot glue it on. And I'm going to use this bit of the pick right here. I'm going to use the berries and the black leaf. Going to hot glue that right there. Okay. And we got to make this shorter. Let's crunch it all up. I like to crunch my raffia. Okay. I'm going to tack that down right there. And we got to put the bow here. Decide which way to do it. Let's fluff it out a little bit and hot glue it down. Now I do want to do one more thing. We're in the middle of the bow. I have this vintage black button here. It was one in my mom's stuff. I think I have like about 6 of them. I thought it'd be perfect right here in the middle. All right. And that one is done. Now let's go on to project number 5. It is the most easiest one to do. So I got this little tray at the Dollar Tree, and it says it's a plate charger. I don't know, I think it's a tray. You know, I like to put cheese and crackers on and dip and little veggies. But I'm going to do something with this Farm Fresh pumpkin sign that I printed out from the Creative Fabrica. And I had this stock paper that kind of matches the creaminess of the tray, because it's not white, it's more cream and black. And so I'm just going to cut this out on the outer part. And I'm going to Mod Podge it on. How easy can that be? This is like the easiest project to make fall decor. All right, so let's go ahead and get this all cut out. Now I had printed this on white just to get the right sizing, and it definitely did not look good on white because this is more of a creamy color. And they happen to only have one when I went there the other day. All right, let's get this other side done. And then we'll put Mod Podge on it real quick. I want to make sure I get lots of Mod Podge on here. Now this is just going to be decorative, so I think it just look cute just to be standing up like on a little plate rack, on a shelf. Just going to line it up. I did count and make sure that the squares are even in the plaid design. All right, just going to press it down. It is so simple. There, isn't that cute? All right, now let's go to project number 6. Now this is not a Dollar Tree item. It's actually from the thrift store. It was $1.99. I got it half off. I thought it would be perfect to do something with. But you can find things like this at the Dollar Tree. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to do little corners on here with my little corner punch that I use for tags. I printed off some of the buffalo check. Of course, this is too big for one sheet to fit, so I'm going to have to piece it. I think it was like an inch. I needed one more inch, but I didn't want to just piece it at an inch. So I thought I'd split it up just a little bit. I'm just going to put lots of Mod Podge on here. And we'll put the piece down and get it smoothed out. Got to line it up there. All right, so I'm going to get the other piece put on, and then we'll work on the fresh picked pumpkin sign. All right, this is on here. Now this is just a little corner punch. There's 3 different shapes, and I didn't want it perfectly straight. I thought it'd be nice to have it little rounded edges. So I'm going to stick it in here and push it down. See, now I have a little rounded edge. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to get this Mod Podged on. And I'm also going to do something in the corners. All right, so I have this on here. I got it all lined up, but of course my corners did not stay wet. So I got to make sure these are tacked down. Smooth it out. All right. There we go. Press it down. There. You know, it looks cute just as is, but like I said, I want to add one more detail to it. Again, I'm going to use those upholstery tacks. I painted 4 more of them with the sterling silver paint and cut the little pieces off. And I'm just going to hot glue them in the corner. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit from the corners. Just press it down. Now again, you can use this with any Dollar Tree signs that they have. I just was lucky enough to find this one, and it's a pretty good size, and get it for 99 cents. All right, let's get that last one on. There we go. All right, now project number 7. So I recently found this at the Dollar Tree. They had 3 different kinds. I bought 2 of them. I'm going to take the raffia off. I don't really care for the pumpkin sign. I printed this off. This is going to go over it instead. I don't really like the wood color that's on there, so I printed off this wood instead. I like the lighter color. So I'm going to take off the raffia bow and the hanger, and we will get some of this paper on here. All right, so I'm just going to Mod Podge this on. I'm going to line this up with the other line here, and this is going to be interesting to see if I can get this done right. Because I have had it sometimes when I try to remove the center pieces and things break on me. So I thought, well, let's give this a shot first and see if I can get it done. All right, we're going to try it this way. Just kind of go along the edges here, smooth it down. I just figured I'd do this in 2 pieces. It would be easier. All right, so I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and go along the edge here and cut as I go. Maybe this will work out right. Whoops, it's stuck. All right. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's lining up right. All right, I got the whole thing done. Now, I'm going to go along the back and just use my X-Acto knife and cut it off. And I'm not pressing super hard. Probably going to take a few passes to get through this. All right, so I'm going to get this other side cut off. And then we're going to try to piece the bottom in. Okay, let's see. Just kind of smoothing this out a little bit. See if I can figure this out, how to do this. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Yeah. Just trying to do that edge part. Guess what? I gave up. And this came off. I couldn't get it done. So I decided to go a different route. Since the other little sign came off perfectly fine, I thought I would just use some of the buffalo check print, the paper that I printed off, and just put it over the whole thing. And I'm going to get this all cut off with the X-Acto knife, and I can actually do the other things separate. So I got that all done, and you know, my piece doesn't fit exactly the right size, so I painted some white because there's just a little bit of the edge. But this is going to work out good. So what I'm going to do is glue this on first, and then I'm going to Mod Podge that on. Okay, so I have this all glued on, and I'm just going to line it up and get the Mod Podge on the whole thing here. Gotta make sure I have lots on here. Yeah, this was much easier to do this. I was kind of playing with it. I go, oh, it's really loose on the edge here, and it's like I kept moving it, and it finally just popped off, didn't break. It was perfect. I should have tried that first. But that's okay, you live and learn. You know, in crafting, you live and learn. All right, let's get some more along the edge here. All right, let's line this up. Press it down and smooth everything out. Now I need to decorate up by the handle area up there. Oh, and I did paint the sides black. So I have some of this Dollar Tree ribbon, the orange, and that's some more of my black and white striped. I can't remember where I got that at. So I just made a simple bow here, hot gluing it at the top. I have some of my black raffia and just the natural color that I mixed together. Gonna hot glue that on there. And then I'm gonna put this one on top. There we go. All right, so I need to do a little bit of cutting. I actually don't like this the way that it is. I'm just gonna cut strips on here. I'm gonna do that on both sides. Make it look a little more interesting. Okay. All right, there we go. That looks good. Let's cut off a little bit more of the raffia and just kind of spread it out. You know, I think I'll cut these little pieces off here, kind of make them a little shorter. There we go. And I think these are a little too long. I'm going to cut them off and then I'll ducktail them again. Okay, there we go. That looks cute. But I want to do one more thing in the middle of the bow here. So I have this little styrofoam pumpkin that I cut in half, and I use my dark goldenrod paint, and it just happens to match the ribbon. Just going to put a lot of hot glue on here and just press it in. I think I might need to put a little bit more glue on there. I don't know if it's going to hold. Let's just tack it down here. And I did go ahead and put the jute hanger back in there so it can hang. This will be really cute in the kitchen. All right, that's it. That's all I'm doing on this. Let's go take a look at how all of them turned out together. So I've set everything on my hutch here. I'm getting ready to decorate my hutch tomorrow. I thought this is a perfect time to display everything. This is so cute. I think this one's my favorite. Like I said, there's a little pumpkin tray. Very, very simple, easy. There's the fresh picked pumpkins. We've got the trio of pumpkins that I did, and you can see I put a little bit of the berry picks right back there. Perfect spot. And here's the big pumpkin. And of course my big Farm Fresh pumpkin sign. This is my second favorite one. And you're probably going, where is the banner? Yeah, well, let's head on up to the top of the hutch here. Check it out. I think this looks so cute. I've kind of started a little bit of decorating up top. I'm not done. I just wanted to put some of my soup tureens up there. And I need to cut that little piece out there. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it this way. But I'm liking this. I might even keep it on here. I think it is so cute. You know, and all of these projects were so super easy to do. All right, my sweet friends, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it and I could give you some ideas how to vamp up Dollar Tree items. Now tomorrow, I'm going to be decorating the hutch, so you don't want to miss that video. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.